Hello and welcome back to Let's Dig Up on Roll the Bones. We are joined, as always with these, by Dom and Rob, as we are digging up While Plume Mountain. So, the two of you, what happened previously on While Plume Mountain?
What didn't happen previously on While Plume Mountain? No, it was a great restart to the adventure where Drast and Spit Take, two budding dwarves, took on a mission to retrieve 3 powerful magical weapons that have been
one in particular
stolen. One of them in particular, a hammer known as Whelm, has been stolen and pulled into the heart of While Plume Mountain by some machination of an evil wizard known as Caraptis. And some riddle or puzzle was issued to us by Rykard Dak to bring us there and to basically find these weapons, following the footsteps of other adventurers that come before.
And just like those other adventurers, once we got to While Plume Mountain, having spoken with the noble in question, we found ourselves knee-deep in water and addressed by a gyno-sphinx who issued us a particularly difficult riddle to go east.
Yes.
Which took us a long time to get.
Oh god,
now
it did, didn't it?
Can't remember what the answer was anyway, but eventually we did get it. I can't remember how or why. I think maybe we got a clue.
You did get a clue. The answer was coffin.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We had like a minute, didn't we?
No, that was something else.
Oh, okay. There was another one we had like a timer to solve it. It was like literally, we've already lost like 15 seconds just in shock. But so they arrived and they once again followed the footsteps of other adventurers before them, and they found that the Gyno Sphinx that gave them the riddles and stuff, and we actually decided to roll so we're not like being metagamey and following a path we already knew, and the path took us to the right, I believe, and we I think we first of all discovered a room with a number of hanging cylinders or spheres above us, did we not?
You did, yes.
And each of them contained a number of surprises.
Yes.
As we waded through the water, most notably,
most of it was shit. Just like glass baubles and
most notably there was an air elemental that took to whirling around, knocking the others out of commission and unleashing a ooze as well, and things got a bit crazy, but we blasted it to pieces with our powers, I believe.
Well, Spit Take specifically used his dragon breath to destroy it, right?
The Dragonfire adept from the forges of Festoonriax used his breath power to attack. But what he gains in power, he lacks in wit.
Oh yes, well, we'll discover more of that later on today, I am sure. Do you remember anything about that room in particular in terms of what you found?
That's going to push my memory a little bit, so if you wouldn't mind reminding us, that would be great.
Do you remember a magic ring that spoke to you?
Oh my goodness, yes. There was a magic ring that said that I would be able to grant it would grant Spit Take or one of us a single wish if we were to put it on. But we had to keep it on for it to work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite ominous because nothing seemed to change once Spit Taker put the ring on. And I don't think either of us had the means to tell whether or not it was being deceitful or if it's evil or whatever. So God knows what that's going to do. But yes, I must remember that I have a wish. Wish to use.
Definitely, you have a wish.
Yeah, I'm going to put it in big capital letters on my notes. Wish.
If I remember correctly, Spit Take kept thinking, now?
Yeah, anytime an obstacle came up.
Literally anything came up.
Like the most minor of inconveniences, Spit Take was like, maybe now would be a good time for the wish.
I mean...
Maybe now.
Maybe.
But they managed to escape the room because the door locked behind them, didn't it? And they had to find a key.
Yes, and only one of the globes in there had the right key in it, which, with the air elementals, Flurry and Whirlwind, did away with them and shattered them away. But yes, you got out of there.
You're glowing, Rob.
I'm blazing with light now. Absolutely.
Yeah. You look like an angel. So we continued. Drast Skyhammer led the way as he was a factotum, prospecting dwarf who had lots of skills in searching for traps, but managed to fail to see a mimic. No, it wasn't a mimic, was it? It was a mimic. Was that at that point? And just immediately became stuck.
Yes, it was a portcullis mimic, and you, as mimics typically are, completely just in disguise. It's almost impossible to spot their true
Nothing
form.
to see.
And you went to try and lift the portcullis, and that was it.
And yup.
And the whole portcullis came crashing towards you. I will say, prior to that, there was a room with 5 corpse-like figures, which was a riddle that was given to you with 60 actual seconds, which you got in about 3, I think.
Yes, because it was numbers based.
It was numbers based, yes.
It's to do with prime numbers, wasn't it?
Which was the odd one out, and you got it almost immediately. Yes, then you fought the mimic. You succeeded.
Spit Take fought it.
Well, in fairness, he did fight it, but he definitely lost the battle where he was introduced to mathematics for the first time in his life. So, swings and roundabouts.
Yes.
Speaking of swings, maybe the next room. I can't remember exactly what order things happened, but there was a load of platforms hanging from chains that were swinging about 9 or something absurd. That,
Yes.
Had we decided to attempt to jump, would have surely failed and died in the fiery pit below. But luckily we had a scroll or something, I can't remember.
You had a potion of fly or a scroll of fly, one of the two.
It must have been a potion, I think, because I don't
Must have been.
necessarily used a scroll.
Yes. And you had enough time on it to fly over, deal with the threat beyond, and then just fly back. Do you remember what the threat was over the boiling mud?
Was that where the undead dwarf was?
Yes.
Oh, by over you mean beyond? Right? Yeah, beyond.
Beyond.
Yeah. There was a darkness spell, and inside, there was a vampiric dwarf that had done some deadly bargain with the wizard Caraptus, and was basically lying in wait for anyone who might come and disturb. But also was in possession of one of the weapons, I believe. We recovered a weapon.
We recovered Whelm. So we could have just gone home.
That's true. Yes.
Well,
we do
which
have Whelm.
you still could, and that would be the quickest and shortest session we've ever done.
And we'll see you next time,
Next time,
as we
yes.
always say.
One them rolls, baby.
Yes, you made it back, and you took yourself out to the small settlement of Yellowreach, which is the closest settlement, maybe about an hour away from While Plume Mountain, to recover, to rest, which is where we're about to jump back in. But just for those of you who are joining in and haven't watched the previous one or haven't watched any of our Let's Dig Up, just to remind you that as part of our Let's Dig Up range, where we're looking at the older modules, everything is done completely randomly. So all the characters are rolled for race, for stats, for class. Everything has been randomized. And to further explore...
I would say punishingly randomized.
Punishingly, yes, especially previously with the Whelm and Drast.
Drit.
Sorry, I was looking at Drast.
Yeah, don't let it be said that all of my names are the same.
If you get another one, it'll be Drost.
Drosk.
Yes, and to that end, in terms of making it a bit more scientific and fair, all of the rolls that I will be making in this will also be public, so that we can fully see just how deadly or how tame, maybe, While Plume Mountain really is. We'll see what happens. But with that, we're going to jump straight in to Yellowreach. On one of the peaks of the ridge of the mountainous terrain approaching While Plume Mountain, named for main rivers that stem from While Plume Mountain, leaving sulfuric deposits along the way, giving the rivers an impression of a yellowish hue to them. We find ourselves recovering as the dwarfs Drast and Spit Take, now in possession of Whelm, have had a chance to rest, to heal their wounds, and before they head back to While Plume Mountain, if they so wish, have the option, if they wish, to see about getting any provisions. Now would be the time.
I assume we're just in an inn or a classic bar situation.
Yeah.
Drast will pat Whelm, which is sat between the two dwarves, on his own chair. He says, "Well, Spit Take, it seems we have accomplished our mission. So a decision must be made." He's got a pipe. That's what the. I know I did last time, but just in case anyone did, in case it's bad miming.
You could never accuse you of that, Dom. Never.
All that training.
Absolutely.
So much money.
So much money.
Do we head back into the mountain and see if we can rustle ourselves up some more treasure? Or do we take what we've got straight to the bank, as it were?
I like the mountain.
Why was that?
It was warm.
It was warm. Especially that one room. Too warm, that one, I think.
But we got Hammer. Why we go back?
Well, the gentleman who sent us in there, he said that there were two more magical weapons that we could acquire and perhaps find their owners, or simply sell for our own profit.
But he wants that one.
He does indeed. No?
Our friend.
No what? Well, our friend?
He's our friend.
The hammer?
Yeah. Our
The
friend.
hammer's our friend.
Our friend.
The hammer. Whelm. Okay. You want to keep it?
He nods through his mask. You see his eyes glittering behind the hollowed out bits of the masks there.
Because it's our friend. Okay, well, let's take that under advisement. And do you think we should head back into the mountain? Didn't know I could put an H in a mountain, but apparently I can.
He'll shrug.
Well, as you say, you liked it. I find myself always enjoying a little explore underground. I say we go back in.
Okay.
But this time we've got Whelm, our good buddy, to help us, haven't we?
Can he help you?
I mean, potentially. He's a very fine hammer.
Does it count as a martial weapon, Mike?
It does, because it is a dwarven warhammer. Oh no, sorry, it's just a regular warhammer. So yes, it is a martial weapon.
The question is, can I even wield that?
I don't think Spit Take can. I haven't actually written any weapon proficiencies. I'm pretty sure I just have basic, simple proficiency. So, Spit Take will look in his belongings and see that he's not too short on things like potions. He's got health potions. But if we were to go shopping, are there establishments nearby that might offer us things to help? Like what kind of settlement are we talking about here? Do they look like they've got a thriving trade, or?
There's what looks like one general store for your all-purpose potions, magical items that would oversee the entire village, and you can probably gauge you're gonna get basics only. A couple of healing potions maybe, but nothing too expensive in value.
Spit Take will shrug and then say, I'm ready.
Me too, but I would like to take a quick peekaboo at Whelm the Warhammer before we proceed, if I'm able to have a little poke around it, as it were.
Yes.
Yes. Let's see.
Because I've written a note on my page that says there may be more to it if studied.
Yes. So you've had enough time in Yellow Reach to recover, which wouldn't have taken long. You were in sheltered accommodation, so you've had enough time to get your health back, whatever you were at.
sheltered accommodation.
Sounds like something else.
Yeah.
Sounds like we've been abused or something. Which, to be honest, we actually have been quite badly abused by the denizens of the mountain, but there we are.
True.
Yes, okay, back to full. Lovely.
There you go. And yes, you've had enough time to have another shot at seeing if you can figure out any more about Whelm. So it is a knowledge check.
Spit Take actually has knowledge craft weapons.
Oh, sorry, this is history. I should have said knowledge history.
History.
But Spit Take can craft weapons.
This is a specific thing.
I might use my cunning knowledge to add my level to this roll, if that's okay. Yes, that is not. I must put my work postcode in instead of rolling the dice. That would have been an odd thing to do.
First roll of the night.
There we go.
Oh.
28.
Very good.
I mean, there's been some inspiration, absolutely, as you're able to pretty much from I don't know where. Maybe you've known this story because you are fellow dwarves, and this story just came to you one night and you went, that's it. Which means I can tell you a few things about this. The hammer known as Whelm appeared most recently about 20 years ago in a dwarven community beset by ogres, though no report of its creation by those dwarves exists. It was wielded by a dedicated dwarf soldier named Katenmir. The weapon proved quite powerful against the clan's enemies. Katenmir later left his ancestral home to become an adventurer. He and the weapon promptly disappeared from sight, as then known. Long ago, though, Dagnall Mighty Hammer was a skilled weaponsmith of the Dankil clan. She laboured at a time when her clan had suffered grievous losses from a large band of vicious trolls. When her husband and shieldmate Trauban decided to lead a counterattack against the trolls, Dagnall created a mighty warhammer, which had no name at the time, putting all her love for her husband, her commitment to her clan, and her devotion to Moradin into it. Trauban and his warriors proved victorious, and Dagnall's weapon was much praised. In the years of prosperity that followed, Dagnall imbued the warhammer with the ability to sense gems, gold, and other riches, so that it might become a valuable tool in both wartime and peacetime. Many years later, the dwarves were threatened by hordes of goblins led by bugbears. Dagnall, now an old woman, again sought to improve her masterpiece so that it might help vanquish the current threat. Trauban, though he was old and in less than perfect health, insisted on going out with the vanguard of the counterattack. The dwarves were again victorious, but Trauban was mortally wounded in the fight. The weapon was returned to the clan with its owner for burial. Overcome by grief, Dagnall threw herself on her husband's corpse and promptly died. The two dwarves and the weapon were interred together in a single grave. At the time, many said that the three had shared one spirit, and that Dagnall and Trauban had put so much of themselves into the weapon, they had become much more than just steel and wood. And that is the story of Whelm. However, this is a weapon of legendary status, and you know that if you could emulate some of the past endeavours of this weapon's history, you might be able to reawaken its latent power. And with that higher result, I can tell you a few things you can do to truly unlock all the abilities of Whelm. The first is you must knowingly and willingly enter an encounter with a creature of the giant type who is stronger than you. And yeah, ideally win.
We dwarves, we good at fighting giants.
And ideally, the other one is called Against the Goblins, and you'll need to seek out a group of goblinoid marauders, and a large band of them, and permanently end their foul existence.
Fight giants and goblins with it.
And as part of this, you have to defeat someone of a goblinoid subtype who is at least equal in your strength, and win. Should you succeed in both, perhaps Moradin himself will see it fit. The weapon is restored to its rightful glory. And although some of its abilities are still sleeping, you know that at this moment it currently acts as a +1 Warhammer, and if you are appraising with this weapon in hand, you can get a +2 on appraise checks.
Cool.
And with a 28, that's everything. That's an incredible roll. This is obviously an artifact of folklore from where Drast and Spit Take are potentially from, and it came to you one night.
Dwarves.
Yeah, I'll relay that to Spit Take as well, basically in the same sort of storyteller style.
So the secret ingredient is love.
Yep.
She put her love into the hammer, and then magic happened. We too must love the hammer.
I guess we must.
I'll take it tonight, and you take it tomorrow night.
What do you mean? Take it.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Shall I look after it for now?
Probably for the best.
Wouldn't want you to hurt yourself.
He nods behind his mask. A fly is buzzing around, lands on it, and then just goes into where the mouth hole is, and it doesn't come out.
Oh no. I guess that's cue to head back to the mountain.
Let's go.
And so you head off. While Plume Mountain has been a very visible feature on the horizon. I mean, it's over an hour away. It's a massive monument in its own right. So it has been there, taunting you from the village to an extent this entire time. But it doesn't take long to get back and to scale the side of it and drop back in to the familiar depths. Back via ping you both there. To that familiar ladder that takes you down into foot-deep water. Again, the heat it's toasty. Not enough to make it difficult, but it is warm, noticeably so. And yes, moving through these conditions, you're technically in difficult terrain. This is going to cost you double movement wherever you are, but you've been here before, so you are aware of this.
Just strikes a match and lights the candle. His helmet to help light the way, although we can't see in the dark.
You both can, yes.
Let's go and see if our Sphinx friend is still around the corner.
Let's go and find out.
Yes. Let's.
Zooming in a little bit because I've got a new token.
Oh, I need to check with you, actually. That was still the same token because I haven't actually checked to confirm with you which you'd prefer.
Oh, well, it's okay. We can carry on with this one for now if you want.
Well, all I need to do is put him next to you, and you can choose which one you like.
Okay. Yeah, because I knew Mike said I was getting a new token, but I actually didn't remember what my old one looked like.
Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
It's a robot.
He looks like a robot.
That's the thing. You said you're fully encased in metal, and that's... So that was one of the ones I could find. So you got a choice between masked, bold dwarf or robot.
Oh,
Wasn't intended to look as a robot. It was meant to be just someone who's...
No, he does look a bit too much. I appreciate the effort, mate, but I think he looks a bit too much like a robot. I think I'd be too... What do you think, Dom?
He's gone. He's gone.
It's too late.
Sorry.
Mike didn't want me to have my say. Just treating me like a second-class citizen. Classic.
What's your opinion, Dom?
No, I'm with Rob. I think that whichever one Rob is more comfortable with, we should go with.
This
Excellent.
one. Let's look round the corner. Oh, she's still there.
There she is.
And yes, sat on a pile of bones and skulls, there is a familiar figure. As the Sphinx, she looks up, sees the two of you, and then taps the skulls below her, and you can see as a light from above on the ceiling where a rune diminishes out temporarily.
Oh,
Much
yeah,
obliged.
thank you.
Do you have another riddle for us?
Why, yes, I do. It is unusual for many to not only survive here, but to come back. Perhaps
Does that mean
Caraptus.
somebody has retrieved one of the weapons before?
As far as I know, you're the only two who have come here and who left.
Good to know.
At least those who are not with Caraptus.
Got something to say there, Spit Take? You're making an awful lot of faces I can see behind the mask.
Behind his mask, yeah.
Your mask is moving a lot.
Every time Spit Take's jaw drops, you can hear it clang at the bottom of the, where it meets his chin, so it just goes dong every time. And it does that quite a lot. Spit Take's mouth is often just wide open in either astonishment or confusion, fear, you name it. That's his default expression. He's staring at the guy in his Sphinx and says, "Which way should we go?"
A fine question. Mistress Sphinx, any advice?
The Sphinx sort of shrugs to herself. I don't know what Caraptus keeps down any of these routes. I know sometimes I'm fed. So really, wherever you go, it is all as foreign to me as what lurks outside. I haven't seen it in a while.
Let's go this
Well,
way.
you don't like foreign, do you?
The Sphinx looks confused at you.
Just because you've never left, I mean, not trying to say anything about you personally.
Let's go this way.
Inside jokes aside, this.
Let's go this way. Let's go this way.
Either way you choose, you went west.
Yeah, this way.
No,
He points
you
to
went
the.
east.
We went east last time.
He points down
Which
that
way?
corridor.
Which corridor?
The east one.
West. The west one. The one we already been down.
You've been down east. The ones that remain are north.
Take, we've already been down that one.
I like
North and
that one.
west. North and west are what remains.
We can go left or straight on.
Oh.
We've already been
Well.
that way. There's nothing more for us down there.
Spit Take will pat around his belongings. There's a clanging and rustling as his peculiar protective clothing rustles against him, and then eventually he pulls out what looks like a coin from an ancient civilization long dead. No idea where he's got it from, but we'll hold the coin, and we'll gesture as if to say, "Shall I flip the coin?"
Why not?
Well then. You can roll me any die you wish. Odds. Let's say odd is left and even is straight on.
I got a D2.
Odd is left. 1 is left. 2 is ahead.
Left.
West. The Sphinx casts his gaze, and then her head extends towards you. I have a mouth, but never speak. I have a bed, but never sleep. I run smoother than any rhyme. I love to fall, but cannot climb.
I know this.
Is that it?
one.
I think I might know it too.
I'm so sorry. Rob knows the answer. I should point out, sorry. Spit Take probably does not know the answer.
Shall we say the answer together, Spit Take?
Shall I roll to see if Spit Take actually has a chance of knowing the answer? Because I know it, but...
Tell you what, let's see. DC 10 intelligence roll.
Yeah.
So I think that's minus something. but-
Yeah, he's got -2. Because his intelligence is 6. He goes, yeah, let's say it together.
3, 2, 1. A river.
Wheel.
What?
It's a wheel.
I don't think it is, Spit Take. I think it's a river.
Wheel.
The Sphinx
That's
looks
not our answer. River.
And what have you, turning your head towards you, Spit Take? What say you?
Wheel.
By which he means river. The famous dwarven river called Wheel. Yes. Smokes his pipe nervously.
The Sphinx turns to the two of you. That is your final answer from both of you.
Spit Take, I really feel you should probably go with my answer on this one.
He will say, next time we go with my answer.
We'll see. Oh.
Oh.
River.
Good work.
The Sphinx rears back and then settles and gives a nod. You may pass. As the Sphinx gets comfy on its skulls and bones again. It looks like it's doing a cat with biscuits. It's doing this on the bones. Just...
Let's go this way then, Drast.
Ooh. Let me move through.
Lead the way. Actually, no, I'll lead the way.
Okay.
Wait.
Stop standing in me.
I was going to say. The waterlogged corridor stretches ahead. Patches of algae and lichen decorate the walls and ceiling.
It's a long way down here.
It is. I would like to check for traps and such like.
You can give me a search check.
I'd love to give search check. An obscenely high search check. 33.
Excellent stuff. As you're moving through, you spot a bit further down the corridor, the water gives the illusion of like a continuing path, but actually you can see that this drops down into what looks like a 10-foot deep pit. Now the problem here is that's a 10-foot deep pool, basically.
No way around?
You know the only ways across at this point would be pretty much swimming across.
I don't like
know.
the sounds of that.
I have an idea. Drast, stand behind me.
Okay, I'm trusting you.
Spit Take will plant his feet as best he can in the water, and staring at the gap that has been pointed out to him, he will take a very deep breath, and then he blasts forth with one of his Dragonfire Adept abilities. Not only did Spit take heat metal in his time in the Dragon Forge, but he also must cool metal to temper it, and this is what he's doing here. Ice breath explodes forth, and Spit take is going to attempt to freeze themselves a raft.
A raft?
Okay.
Whether it works is up to you. But he wants to freeze the water, so either it's kind of like a raft that we can clamber on the top of, so we can climb over that bit, or we can use it to swim over.
As a float.
I would say you're going to be able to create a sort of platform in the middle that you can climb up and over.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to be able to make a jump track in difficult terrain, but rather than swimming, you'll be able to make a climb check just to clamber over.
Sure.
And not risk submerging yourself, shall we say.
We wouldn't want that now, would we?
No. What's it like as Spit Take creates like an iced platform?
It's exactly that. Like, he blasts forth, and it's the first time we've seen him use frost rather than fire. It's something that the dragon fire adepts can do. Is that they can start adding effects to their breath weapon, and of course in this case, frost blasts forth from his mask, and rather than it going orange with the heat. This time it begins to sort of frost over. Blue icy crystals begin to form on like the metal forged beard of this mask, and they hang there for a moment, icicles off his own face as an icy raft appears to hopefully aid us to climb across.
Yes.
Drast takes his little monocle out and breathes on it to clear the frost, puts it back and claps Spit Take on the back and says, "Good work."
So I reckon that is for the distance you're climbing over, because you can't do a jump. That would be a DC 5 climb check to basically get to the other side without falling in.
I'll go first.
Okay. Ho ho ho!
So natural
Look
20
at
on the
Mr.
die, but he
Clamber
has
over
-1 to his. Oh no, that might have been swim actually that I just rolled. Let me just double check. Oh no, that is climb as well. Yeah. But yeah, he rolls well. So he clambers on and kind of like stands on his own creation for a moment, and sort of slips like an ungainly penguin, before like dropping over onto the other side.
Very nice. Yep, excellent. And Drast?
Also a 19.
The Spit Take's frozen creation is incredibly sturdy.
I think Drast basically watches Spit Take adeptly climb this thing, and he just follows him step to step. He like completely mimics exactly what Spit Take did to climb.
Excellent. Yeah, as you're climbing over with that search you had earlier, you do see at the bottom there looks like a rotting corpse in a rusted suit of armour. It's just busy decaying away at the bottom of that hole, but nothing for you to worry about, as you are able to adeptly cross the gap.
Gone fishing.
Hopefully there's no fish in here, but a very funny joke, Spit Take. Well done. Onwards?
Yeah, they press on.
You press on, and you move down this waterlogged corridor, and yeah, you see that down this corridor ahead, this waterfield corridor is lined with 6-foot square copper-coloured metal plates. Now, I will say this. Don't charge down here until I know what you're doing. I need to...
So all I heard there is don't charge down here.
Don't worry, I wasn't intending to. I'd like to inspect said squares, was it?
Good idea. Mm-hmm.
You can... you can give me a search check. There we go.
27.
This does appear to be part of a linked mechanism, but this seems odd. In that these plates seem like they're conducting heat. And it doesn't look like they're conducting heat like into the walls. It looks like the conduction is what's happening between them.
So it's channeling heat into the water. Or the space in between.
Into the corridor, yeah.
We have to go this way.
I believe so. There's no other doors or secret passages or trap doors or barn doors or small doors or windows. But do they look harmful?
It looks like on their own, a pair of these would be fine, but a corridor long of them, you could imagine it might be a difficult walk.
They make it hot?
They do seem to be heating up the corridor somewhat.
Spit Take will tap his chunky gauntleted glove onto his mask as he thinks.
Clank, clank, clank.
Do we feel like heat coming from the corridor?
At the moment, it feels like there's warmth, a bit warmer where you're standing compared to the rest of where you've been, but it doesn't at the moment seem too different.
Spit Take will so there doesn't appear to be any change in temperature down there. There's no heat lines or waves or anything like that. It doesn't appear to be at this moment. Okay.
Although Drast, you can see there is conductive elements with these. Maybe they're not conducting at the moment.
Oh, conducting. Sorry, I think I misheard. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Oh dear. Spit Take will shrug and look to Drast as if he has any better suggestions, because otherwise he is going to probably do something rash.
I don't have any better ideas, my friend.
I know what I can do.
Yeah?
Spit Take is just going to unleash a blast of fire breath down the corridor. A 15-foot cone rockets down there. I will just draw it just so you see where it affects. Oh, so he'll move forward a step, just so I don't have to deselect that. There you go.
Yeah.
So there, bam! Those 4 it gets.
You blast it, and you can roll me up your damage. See what happens.
Sure. It was more just to see if it triggered anything, but I guess Spit Take doesn't have the nuance of thought for that. He just is trying to see if anything happens. 22 points of fire damage.
Nothing seems to happen. The copper coloured plates kind of have that slight discoloration as you heat them up a bit, but not by much.
Spit Take sort of like gestures down into the water at Drast, and kind of like then sort of like walks around in a circle for a bit. We don't move too fast.
I think going slowly through the corridor might be the best option.
We move at half speed at the moment, right?
You do, yeah.
So that is
10 feet.
So yeah, but if we do double movement, that is
20 feet.
20 feet per round. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 full movements to get through there, which means pretty dire consequences if something happens each time we pass one. But Spit Take doesn't know that, so he's just going to take a step forward.
Okay, from here, we're going to work in rounds, just because it's going to be easier for me to do this if we're in round by round. As you move between the two plates, the thing that was missing before was the conductive material. Spit Take, you are wearing full metal. Your entire body starts to respond as all of the metal that's encasing you heats up rapidly. Can you make a fortitude save, please? The DC is 20.
I can, and yes, sorry, bear with me. Fortitude. I just wanted to check something to do with heat, but no, it doesn't matter. So, fortitude save. But I roll really bad.
Yeah, DC 20 for half damage. So you take
8
8 points of damage as your entire metal casing on you rapidly heats up as you start to step through. Are you going to continue, or are you going to then step back?
As the heat begins to blossom about Spit Take, he will go, I will endure, as he mutters one of his invocations, which springs into life around him. He casts Endure Exposure, which works as Endure Elements. Meaning a creature is protected. I just brought it up here. A creature is protected by Endure Elements, suffers no harm from being in a hot or cold environment. It can exist comfortably in conditions between -50 and 140 degrees Fahrenheit without having to make fortitude saves. Is it hotter than that?
Unfortunately, for what it's doing to you, it counts as fire damage.
Oh yeah, that doesn't protect against fire damage. Well,
So-
in that case, then he won't endure. He's just going to do a full movement action then. So
He just says that I will endure as he
1,
keeps...
2, yeah, 3, 4. So he gets to 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he gets to there with double movement.
Okay, and then Drast.
I will turn it off.
Do you think it's a turn-offable thing?
No other way. Otherwise, wait till I get
Yeah.
to the end.
I'll wait till he gets to the end, yeah, I'll let him take all the damage.
Okay.
I'm assuming I can't disable the device from here.
You got enough search check to know you can disable. It would be one plate at a time.
So the roll that Dom made just before we began this, it could have been useful to know that beforehand. Never mind.
But it would only do it for like one round. You
one.
wouldn't be able to. Basically, you're still going to suffer the effects unless you had two people like you doing each side.
Right.
Okay, I move again.
As you
5,
start
10,
to move,
15, 20.
can you make another fortitude save, please?
Yeah, hopefully I don't fuck this one. I get plus 13 to it, for Christ's sake. No, I roll a 2.
The metal encasing you gets hotter. You feel so uncomfortable now that you feel like you're almost on fire as you take 15 points of damage.
Or it's doubling. Or increasing, at least.
I keep moving. 5, 10, 15, 20.
You get to there. Can you make me another fortitude save, please?
No, I roll a 3.
God.
Not only that, can you make me a reflex save, please?
Is this a spell effect, by the way?
No.
Okay, never mind. Reflex as well.
DC 15. You take 19 points of damage.
Reflex. 22 on the reflex.
You don't catch fire. As you are so hot right now, you almost feel like
Oh my god, you're so hot right now.
your items in your clothing you're wearing, if you were to slow down for a second, they would just ignite. But they don't.
And with that, he uses a final move action to get to the end.
And that final sees you take a bit more damage. Can you give me one more fortitude save, DC 20?
29 right at the end.
You're going to take half of this. You take 12 points of damage.
That's the one I wanted to save on, to be fair, out of all of them.
Yeah.
My god.
And I'm going to do a quick refresh because my video is lagging, so I will be...
Okay, well,
doing
that's
this.
fine, because I'm going to... Oh my god. Spit Take is glowing.
It's white hot.
That's a total of 54 points of fire damage that he took going down there.
Oof.
But as he gets to the end, he will just sort of turn around, face Drast, like at the far end, wave his arms like this, and then sink into the water and try and cool himself in the...
You're going into the water to cool down.
Well, I'm already in the water, so I'm just going to splosh the water around me and stuff.
Honestly, are you sploshing your face at all?
My face is entirely covered with a metal mask, as described previous session.
Water could go through like a breathing hole.
No breathing holes.
Okay, I'll say that's fine for the time being. Excellent.
I am going to take a Cure Serious Wounds potion, I think, which is... How much? I can't remember.
3d8 plus 15.
Serious is 3d8? Oh, okay.
Like mod serious critical. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I always forget critical. Plus 15, yeah?
Yeah.
Bring me fortune.
Hey.
And he's going to take a mod as well.
Cool.
Which is 2d8 plus 10, yeah?
Yes.
Cool. It's agony, Drast.
Is there any way to shut it off?
Spit Take will look around.
Spit Take and give me a search check.
Is anything he's looking for made of stone?
You can add... Yeah, why not? Because you're surrounded... The walls are stone.
You're looking for not stone.
I'll allow it.
$22, the best he could have possibly done.
Wow. You don't seem to find any innate-looking switch or lever or contraption relating to the plates, but you do find, interestingly, I can find my cursor, a door in the stone.
Hey. I was abandoned by Moradin, but maybe I can find him.
I wonder
As
if
you
he's through
open
this
the door, Spit Take, you see in front of you a pack as these creatures in this room start sneering and screaming at your face. I need both of you to roll initiative. Of all four of them, menacing looking, gives out a scream as it heads towards you. Now, the room it's currently in doesn't have as much water, but as it steps out, and at this moment the water is starting to seep into it, so it can go 5, 10, 15, 30, so as far as it can get. And it comes in with an attempt to bite you. Spit Take. What is your armor class?
Let's have a look. Spit Take's armor class is 19.
Let's see what happens. It goes in, but its teeth can't get purchased around the metal that's encasing you. As whatever it was trying to do, it doesn't work. However, one thing you notice, Spit Take, as it gets closer to you, this particular creature absolutely hums. Oh, he is a rotter. Can you make a fortitude save, please?
Sure, is this a poison effect?
I guess so.
Get a +2 to poison, so as a dwarf, so...
Yeah.
So that means the fortitude is +15.
Oh.
5. So 20,
you are
20
not,
result.
You're not sickened.
Ooh.
As this overwhelming stench, its power, it's mighty fine, as some would say. However, that was its turn. Spit Take.
What is Spit Take seeing? Sorry, I think I might have missed the description of it potentially. What is it that they are? Look like?
Of course, yes. These are creatures that look undead in appearance. Their skin is peeling off them. Claws and sharp teeth. For lack of a better description, these look like zombies. But it would take a knowledge check, especially from Spit Take, to really identify what these actually are.
No time.
No time to think.
No time to think. It's Spit Take's turn. He is going to take a free 5-foot step. And I need to get my breath thing out because, of course, Spit Take does a big inhale. But whereas Spit Take isn't particularly bright, he does have a sort of survival instinct wisdom to him. And he knows that he can put his breath weapon straight down that doorway. Which he's going to do. He sends out a blast of fire, but it appears to be modified in some way. The dragon fire, the aspect of it, almost looks like clinging, fiery, scaly tentacles. As he uses one of his draconic abilities, Entangling Exhalation. This makes my breath weapon effectively an entangle spell. It blasts forward. It does not provoke an attack of opportunity, I will state as well. And this means it will do half the damage it usually does, but it has the entangle effect as well. They need to make, for me please, for entangle I believe it... Oh, it's always reflex. So they all need to make a reflex save of DC 22 or be entangled and take the damage.
I'll start with the lone one at the front. Nope. And then the other... Oh, I'm sorry. That's the wrong save. So that's... I'll do the 3 at the back then, because that's their modifier. So that's 1, 2, 3 fails. And then the one at the front has a slightly better save, not by much. All 4 of them fail.
Yes! Battlefield control, baby!
So
Absolutely.
they will take half the usual damage. Now, it's usually 66. Are you happy for me to roll 3d6 fire?
Roll 66 and we'll halve it. It's...
Yep, that's fine with me. So 11 points of fire damage as these fiery tentacles wrap around these undead creatures. That's fine. He entangles them like that. Now, just for your own notes, Mike, this is... Oh, right. I've actually got to roll the entangle amount because we've got to determine how long they're entangled. So it's 1d4 plus 1. Each of these rounds, by the way, whilst they're entangled, they continue to take damage.
On your turn, they'll take extra damage.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yes, so 4 rounds they're entangled.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff there, yes. So if I remember, they need to make a save to move.
So I'll look up entangling now, just to make sure. Because it's like entangle, basically, so...
Yeah.
So entangle is a creature fails. The
it
creature can break free and move half its normal speed by using a full round action to make a DC 20 strength check or a DC 20 escape artist.
Okay.
So 20 is the number, strength or escape artist.
Cool. So the 3 at the back are going to be suffering that quite a lot. The one in front of you probably can still hit you, but
Can still reach me 100%. You can still reach me, yeah.
Okay, excellent stuff. I'm imagining like the fire is wrapping around their legs, and it's just almost like snakes binding them.
Fiery serpents, yes, tentacles, yeah.
Excellent stuff. It's now the ghouls' turn. I reveal what they were. So, the 3 ghouls at the back. Well, they can't move, they can't do anything, so all of them are going to attempt...
The 4 round action.
Yes, and I think... They don't have escape artist, so... They are...
DC 20. Strength. And that's strength, baby.
I need to check this, because I think they're actually on a minus. Okay, no, they are just on a 1. So, they need to roll. They need a critical, basically, for this to work. So, no. All 3 of them are stuck there as they're trying to move, but the fire is wrapped around them, and every time they do, it lashes and just attacks at their legs, stopping them from moving. Awesome stuff. They're not going anywhere. Meanwhile, at the bottom of the corridor, Drast, you heard a muttering, and then you heard the sound of a stone door opening, and then you heard a slight commotion, an explosion, and there's a gout of fire. You just see like a blast of fire in your peripheral vision in the distance. You're like, what the? But what are you going to do?
So I think at this point, as he hears Spit Take say something, Drast goes, "What? What was that?" And then he hears the door open. He shouts down, "Don't go exploring by yourself now!" And then the fire happens, and he's like, "Oh, Lord, it's me! Don't worry, ST, I'm coming.
Oh, SD.
Excellent.
And he starts running, and gets 20 feet.
Yeah. Now you need to tell me, what is Drast wearing?
Drast is wearing a masterwork chain shirt.
A chain shirt, you say?
Yes.
That's all I needed to hear.
I thought it was leather, but it's chain.
Yes, the metal starts to heat against your skin as the chains just feel uncomfortably hot. Can you make a fortitude save, please?
Yep. 10?
Nope. It was a DC 20 as you take 6 points of fire damage as it started to heat up a bit.
Now, if I were to use inspiration to get an extra standard action, could I move another 10 feet? Or not, because that is not a move action.
Let me check one thing. I don't think so.
No, I thought probably not, but I thought it was
Actually, a standard action, you can take a move action to replace it.
Oh, okay. Well then,
So-
I would like to use 3 inspiration, move another 10 feet.
Then you can. And I don't need to do any more rolls as it's time-based as exposure as opposed to distance.
Drast makes a mental note of that.
The longer you're in there, you think, as opposed to how far you travel. Meanwhile, we're back at the top of the round. Spit Take. Would you be so kind as to move yourself to back where you were, please?
Yeah, that's so I can allow the viewers to see what Drast is doing. I'm not trying to make you forget that I was in front of
Oh,
you.
no.
He's cheating.
No,
He's cheating!
I know.
He's
Back where you were.
He's cheating! He's moved!
I'm fully aware.
Yes.
This horrible-looking ghoul, it looks down at his legs, being ensnared by this flame, and it lets out a scream as it unleashes a full round of attacks upon you. Your armor class was 19.
19 to hit, aye.
It looks like he's going in for not only a bite, but a few swipes of its claws as well.
Okay.
The bite. Ooh! The bite hits. And then the claws. Claw 1. Oh! That's a hit. And claw 2 is a miss.
Okay.
Which means do you have any damage reduction or anything?
Yes.
So
I've
the
been
bite...
taking into account the damage reduction the whole time, just so you're aware.
The bite does 11 points of damage.
Okay, so...
And
yeah.
The claw does 3.
So, okay.
However, I need you now to make a couple of...
Fortitude saves.
Yeah.
So, interestingly, and I just wanted to check this, I have specifically written in my saves, +1 to sleep and paralysis effects. I'm not sure that's because I'm a dwarf. I think that might be because I'm a dragon forged.
I think it's to do with your dragon.
Adept. I think it's to do with that. When you take the dragon thing, I'm fairly sure that's why. It's only a +1 to that effect anyway, so...
Well, the first one isn't a paralysis effect, so can you roll me a normal fortitude save?
Very well then, there we go. 29.
Absolutely fine. Now can you roll me 2 paralysis saves?
21.
And...
Come on. 27.
Yes!
I'll be honest, you only had to critically fail to not do that.
Whoa, okay, well, you know, I'm wary of ghouls. They are horrible. If you fall, you're done.
As are ghasts. And...
Oh, yeah.
This creature is hoping that you'll succumb, but you don't.
Never.
Whatever malicious feeling was also trying to ebb its way into you fails utterly as well. But with that, ST, it is now your turn.
They automatically take 1d6 points of fire damage, each of them entangled in the flames. 1 point of fire damage each. Because of course it would be 1. But Spit Take, being lashed at by this terrible ghoul-like creature, he finds himself being driven back, wading backwards. He'll take a free 5-foot step, which won't provoke an attack of opportunity, as he opens his maw once more. And they're all... No, they're not all, actually.
2.
Yeah, it's only going to be 2 of them. They're going to be protected by that, aren't they?
It's the too far away, isn't it?
Yeah, they're too far away, yeah.
Yeah.
So those 2 then are going to be subject to a DC 22 reflex saving throw, which I don't imagine they can do as they are entangled. They're not they're not restrained, are they? But they're not. But
in theory, there's nothing stopping them. But let me just look up entangled and see if there is anything that says.
Well, I'm looking as well. A creature that's...
they take a -4 to dexterity, which means they take a -2 to their reflex saves.
Sure.
Okay. Sorry, what was
So
the DC?
DC 22, half.
Sure. So the ghoul at the back. Nope. And the ghast. Oh, the ghast like pulls a Michael Jackson and like just bends at the ankles and attempts to just completely. But it's not enough. As if it weren't for him being entangled, he would have been much closer.
There's a blast as 21 points of fire damage cascades into them, burning away their rotten flesh some more.
The ghoul behind him just explodes into flame, and then there is just nothing left as it just turns to ash. The ghast tried to instinctively fall back somewhat, or in Michael Jackson, but it wasn't enough, and it just instead falls backwards and then falls into ash as the creature disintegrates. Excellent stuff.
That's his turn.
Great. we'll cut to these two, and we'll see if they can escape. No. Oh, close, but no.
Close.
That's that for them. They're not doing anything. Drast, you can see another blast of flame just in the end of the corridor, just as Spit Take is doing something.
I'm coming! I'm coming!
Could you make a fortitude save, please?
Yeah. 28, natural 20 on the die.
Nice. You'll take half of this.
Always feels like a celebration. It's like you still take
Yeah.
out.
Nice. You take 10 points of damage as you're shrugging off some of that pain as your chain shirt is starting to burn into you. And like a really bad sunburn, you've just got lots of dots and like ring outlines on your chest starting to form.
That standard action thing, can I do that twice in a turn? It probably wouldn't quite get me out anyway, to be fair.
I don't remember the ruling for it. If it's once per turn, you can, or in theory, you'll burn through your points. You might be able to, but in theory, you'd have to do 3 to get out.
Yeah, I'll just do one more, because I do. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Suffer the consequence of being narrowed down.
Excellent. We go back to the top of the round. Spit Take. You can see the ghouls in the room. Have they taken any more damage from the entanglement?
Of course they have at the start of my turn, absolutely. So they will take further 1 point of fire damage, because naturally.
Would you like to know how much health they were both on?
Say it.
1.
Ah, degradation!
Both of them just catch on the spot, and all that remains as they burn away is just a foot and a little bone, and then nothing. As both of the ghouls are destroyed, leaving naught but a festering foot.
Smoke on the water.
However, that is not the end of the troubles just yet, as although it is your turn, Drast has yet to escape the horrors of the conductive corridor.
Oh no.
And I'll be honest, there's not much Spit Take you can do at this, so Drast, for the final time, can you give me a fortitude save, please?
14.
And also, can you give me a reflex save?
That's the big one.
18.
Fortunately, you don't catch fire as your chain shirt, your candle on your helmet just sort of explodes as you take 22 points of damage. As the candle, just... But being you're able to get out of there quicker, you are not going to take that hefty amount that Spit Take did at the end. And with that...
Drast swings the hammer out. Where are they? Let me at them! I got your back, Kesty! Ow!
I've been cooking.
You notice, Drast, there is an odour emanating from quite close to you. It's deceased now and burnt, but it's like someone has been cooking rotten flesh. You also do smell like you've been cooking somewhat as well, as your skin is rather crispy.
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 Now, what have you found in here? I'll also take a potion of serious wounds. Which
which is 3d10 plus 15?
3d8.
3d8. Give me. Yeah, let's take that. 25.
Nice.
I thought this was going to be something that would help, but they were in here. I thought it was going to be a secret way.
Yeah, they must have been guarding something, though, right? Let's take a little look-see in here, see what we might find.
Careful where you stand.
You can give me a search check.
Okie 28.
28. You find that there's not much in here that had been hoarded, shall we say, but more so that it looks like things have been dumped and left in here, so kind of we'll come to it later. And the undead kept in here is a means, hopefully, of dealing with any souls who are coming down the corridor. But that's not to say there isn't anything in here. There is quite a hoard of coinage. You find the equivalent. I've got silver, gold, and platinum, but what I'm going to do is combine this all into gold so that it's easier to work with, which is... you find 532 gold pieces, and that's in equivalent of silver pieces, a platinum piece here and there.
So that's 266.
Yes.
Maths.
And you find a potion.
Oh.
Which, Knowledge Arcana will help figure out what that is.
266 that was for gold.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
21.
Yeah, this is a potion of lesser restoration.
Ah.
Nice. Well, that's something, I suppose.
Apart from that, this small room, that seems everything in here. You don't see anything that suggests there's a master switch for these panels, shall we say. It seems like they're just a staple. They're there.
Maybe we'll just take our armor off on the way back through.
Oh.
What's the matter? Your jaw didn't open like it normally does when I say something very clever.
Yeah, Spit Take becomes very bashful, and if you could see his feet under the water, they'd sort of be like rubbing at the ground, like, nervously. He doesn't like the idea of having to remove that, because that would consist of removing his face protection.
Well, I could stand in the room while you go through if you like, and then I wouldn't see anything. How about that?
He sort of like shrugs, and then after a pause, then like nods in agreement.
Okay.
You wouldn't like what you saw, Drast.
I'm sure I wouldn't mind, St.
Then I changed my mind. I don't mind if you see. But when you do, you only have yourself to blame.
Very well. We'll cross that bridge if it comes to it, I suppose.
Yes.
Yes.
Shall we head on out of this blasted water?
It's the smoke.
You can see, yes, there is a short flight of stairs leading you out of the water. What looks like on some a dry landing in the north side of the room.
This is more like it.
Can't turn myself around.
There you go.
Thank you.
There's a door up here.
Spit Take. Unable to turn.
Oh, now I have to turn back round.
I can't turn left.
Yes, you find there is a door there, and at this point, we normally, about this moment, take a quick respite to grab a drink, and I think this would be a good point for us to do just that. So, for those of you watching, and for those of you who are watching who have done the While Plume Mountain in the past, how have you tackled the heat trap, that conductive corridor? Would you have charged through, or would you have something else in mind? Let us know in the comments. Either way, though, we'll be back very shortly. And we are back in the depths of While Plume Mountain. And having dealt with the fire trap and the ghouls and the ghast, both our dwarves find themselves at a door. What are the two of you going to do?
Open the door? Yep.
You open the door. Inside you see... you see the makings of a large room. One of you's in. As you're stepping through the door, you it opens into the eastern end of a long 20-foot wide chamber. On the same wall at the opposite side of the room is another door. You can see there's a few gaps in the room. However, as you both enter the room, I need you to both make a will save, as there's an almost sweet melody in the air.
Is it a spell or spell-like effect?
Allow me just to confirm for you.
But they sound like Dom.
Yeah, you gotta have those spell-like effects.
Technically, it's not technically a spell-like ability.
I got a 17.
I beg your pardon. Sorry, I was just checking what my actual bonus was. If my character sheet would stay open for 5 seconds. Will save. $15.
At a DC 16,
Oh,
Drast, you feel a bit muddy in the head, but you kind of shake it off. Spit Take, however, you just want to walk to the other side of the room.
Are you sure it's not a spell effect? Because I would pass it.
I can assure you this is supernatural for all intents and purposes. And all you want to do is walk west.
Okay.
Irrespective of whatever is ahead of you, you just want to walk west.
Can I try and stop him? Can I grab him?
You can make...
Hold on, SD. Let's not be hasty.
You can make a reflex save DC 10, because this is... Spit Take's just going to go if you're not quick enough to grab
I was
him.
in the square in the way of him, so that's...
Yeah, easy enough to go. Oh.
Hold on now.
Spit Take, you just want to keep going.
I want to
Whatever
go, I want
happens
to go.
No, yeah, let me take a quick look around and then you can go.
Can I... Is that enough to stop him?
Let's put it this way. If you are to let go of Spit Take at any point, Spit Take's just going to go.
Can I put him through the door and shut the door behind him for a second?
You could try. In
Why don't you
theory,
just wait out here for just a moment?
Spit Take, of everything that happens right now, you want desperately to get to the other end of that room. So whether you're going to fight Drast's intention of putting you outside of the room or not, I say fight,
Okay, well let's make it fair then. We'll do a pose and a pose grapple. If I win, I'll start pushing my way past him and end up walking by him. If Drast wins, he pushes me out the door and closes the door.
I like that. So an opposed grapple check. Let's see what happens.
Guarantee I batter you.
24.
5. I'm not a melee character.
I imagine it's not so much brute force as it's sort of like tricking a child. It's like, out you go.
Redirects him out the door.
You just turn it around and make him go outside.
Oh!
As you're temporarily, you push him outside and you close the door.
But for the purposes of the vision, though, I'll put myself there so we can still see for the visuals.
Absolutely.
Yes. Cool.
Okay, now can I have a look and see what the inevitable trap is?
Yeah, you can give me a search check. I mean, it's... there's 2 levels of a...
29.
Okay, you can see in front of you, at the bottom of the hole, there's a 10-foot wide pit. Looks 10 foot deep, but what seems more concerning is hidden at the bottom. You can make out a lot of smeared blades, and short of going down and investigating, you get the impression that they are poisoned blades. What else would be, smothered on blades in a trap other than a poison? So there is a poisonous blade trap there. Weirdly enough, there's like a polished floor over the trap, over the hole, and at the end of the room there looks like another dip. That's as much as you can get in a sort of a Sherlock Holmes moment of a quick scan of the room, everything, taking it in. This melody still echoing around you, but yeah, that's all I can give you for this round before Spit Take's going to start making an effort to get back in the room.
Okay. There's not really anything I can do, as long as he knows to jump over it if he goes for it, I suppose. I've not seen him jump before, have I?
You haven't. And yeah, you don't know how. You don't know.
Well. How difficult a jump is it?
You technically, it's a 10-foot gap if you take into account the kind of the dips each side, and you don't really have a running jump. You don't have enough distance to do a running jump. You could attempt to do a sort of run through the door.
Diagonal.
Yeah. So for a distance of 10 feet, the DC would be 10. That's with a run-up.
Okay.
So if you don't have a running, if you don't make a 20-foot run, the DC is 20. But in theory, you reckon if you start outside the room and go at a diagonal, you could probably get a 20-foot run up to make that DC 10.
Yeah, I'll say to Spit Take. He seems set on going to the other side of the room, so Drast will say, now I'll let you in, but if you're going to insist on going to the other side of the room, you're going to have to do a big jump, running jump, see? Do you agree to that, or I'm not letting you in?
Okay. Now let me in.
Spit Take, you can make another will save to see if you heed this warning or not.
Oh, okay, that's quite cool. Okay.
Otherwise, you're just going to keep walking. So it's the same DC to see if you you meet the DC, you don't exceed it. So you tell Drast that
I'm not going to do anything, Just I promise I'm not going to do anything. I'm gonna just wanna have a look.
Can I sense motive?
Yeah.
you can make it against the same result.
Sure. Oh no, I don't have any bonuses.
Against my will save? What the hell?
Against 8. That
Okay.
was your roll.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
10.
You get the impression maybe Spit Take isn't quite either understanding, or he's not completely there, or he's already forgotten.
So Drast is going to say to Spit Take, okay, now, I believe you, and I understand you might lie to me, but I know someone you wouldn't lie to now, ST. You know who that is? Your good friend Whelm. And he gets out the hammer. You wouldn't lie to Whelm now, would you?
No.
And he just tries to guilt him.
Yeah. He is our friend.
He is.
Right. You can get one more will save to see if you jump. And this is the last time I'm going to give you this save. Otherwise, you're just going to walk.
Not well, me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You'll happily attempt the jump check. You still want to go over to that side of the room, but you'll make the jump check.
As soon if Drast is moving out the way, the second here is that he's gonna rip the door open and he's just gonna charge. But he will heed the warning given by Whelm, so it's a jump check now, eh?
Yeah, so you're basically charging in at an angle to give yourself a 20-foot run up.
Yeah.
And then you'll land at the other corner here. DC 10 to jump diagonally across.
Oh.
Yeah. Excellent stuff.
Follow him over as well.
Yes, I will say this. Spit Take, you leap over, except when you land, the floor is so slippery. Can you make a balance check for me?
Yes, I can, because I have stability as a dwarf.
Yes. I can tell you the DC. It's 20.
Okay, so I have... that's alright, actually. I'll probably... We'll see. No.
Spit Take, you fall prone, but you are sliding down the corridor. Drast, I need you to make the same check.
Do we get a bonus to...
Yeah, so we have stability as dwarves, which means we get +4 to these sorts of checks.
Yeah. I'll come back to what happens to Spit Take in a second.
He's sort of grinding along the floor, his metal masks sparking.
Oh dear, Drast. To say this floor is polished is an understatement. This floor is completely frictionless. which means, short of an intervention, nothing can stop you. As Spit Take, you jump over at an angle, hitting the wall, and you sort of, you know, like when you go bowling with the barriers up and you just deliberately smash it. This is what happens to Spit Take as you slide down. Drast, the same thing happens to you as you start skidding down the room.
How can I just ask, sorry, how long do we have? Because you've moved us there, and I don't know if that's for dramatic purposes or if you know we have to move that far.
Sorry, you would be there, and you would be... So you were there. Actually, I lie. You would have gone 5, 10, 15. You would go there, and you would have gone there. We're taking account into your bouncing off the walls. That's
Okay.
how far you would have got as you're sliding on the floor. You're both allowed another balance check to try and stand, but that's not going to stop you moving.
$25.
Spit Take, excellent. You're able to find your feet even though you're still sliding. You find your feet and you're still reaching for the other side of the room. Drast, you haven't found your feet.
Oh
So,
no.
Help me!
You bounced off this wall, so 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. At this point, I need you both to make another balance check to make sure you either get up or you remain standing before what's about to happen next.
I have to do another balance check.
It's completely frictionless. You
Oh
could
my
easily...
god.
Yeah. Drast, you find your feet, which works well for you. Spit Take,
What was the DC, sorry?
20.
You've got this, ST.
Oh. Spit Take, I'll start with you first. You slide and you think you're able at the last minute to possibly attempt a jump to get over, and what happens is you just fall completely face first into the pit. We'll come to that in a second. Meanwhile, Drast, you're on your face and you bounce there. You get up using the wall, which means here you're allowed a DC 20 jump check because essentially it's treated as a standing jump because you've not had an official run up to see if you can get over the trap. Otherwise, you're also going in.
Okay, I'm going to add my level to this and use the cunning knowledge to boost my skill. So I think I can do once a day for each skill.
Yep, for each skill.
Wow.
33.
Yeah, Drast, you're able at the last second to, like, you wait until your feet can springboard off the edge of the trap to get you to the other side. And you're able to propel yourself to the other side. However, Spit Take, you have gone face first into a
Look out! They're poisoned!
trap.
Oh.
Can you... No, actually, I have to... Firstly, you will take... 1 damage from the fall, and then your armor class, flat-footed, is
17.
17.
Roll it.
Oh, you are lucky, as the blades at the bottom can't get through your metal armor.
Dunk.
And so you're basically lying on a trap. I will say this, however. any action to move on that could result in being at risk, of getting yourself cut and injured. However, as you're currently landing on it, none of the blades have got through your armor. And that melody is still filling the air, although it's louder here than it was at the other end of the room.
Can I throw an end of rope down to Spit Take to try and help up?
That'll
yes.
help my climb check.
Absolutely. You can toss some rope down that you can just do. Which would be a climb check DC 5. As you are moving on this trap, the blades get one attempt to try and pierce as you're climbing up. Yeah, easily out of that.
Yeah.
However, let's see if the blades catch your feet and hands as you clamber out.
Ooh,
No, not at all. Your armor is too thick. In fact, these blades look rather dull. Maybe they've lost their luster, having not been used for a while. You climb out. Spit Take, you just want to keep walking to this wall, by the way.
He gets to the wall.
Keep walking. Spit Take, funnily enough, you walk through the wall, and you see in front of you a horrible-looking creature as a winged female monstrosity is singing, and then it throws a glance at you.
If I see him go through the wall, can I follow?
You can follow, yes. As you do that, I need to put you... You know what I will do, actually? I will remove that. There you go. Dynamic lighting. Gone. As the invisible wall... The image of a wall shimmers away as you step through, as I need all of you to roll initiative.
What's with the initiative roll?
So
no.
Oh my
8
god.
for that.
Oh no.
What have I got? Oh.
Ooh.
Let's see. Okay. In that case... Spit Take, you just walk through the wall and you're now completely content being in front of this creature. You're like, this is where you want to be. You're completely captivated by its presence. You don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to do anything. You're there. You're happy. Drast, however, it is your turn, and you can see this creature is in front of you. You can see... Yes. What are you going to do?
Well, first of all, I'd like to take a look at this creature and see if I recognize it from my books past or stories I may have heard.
Yes, it's a monstrous humanoid, which I believe is Arcana off the top of my head.
Arcana?
It's either Arcana or Dungeoneering's Aberrations.
It's the same either way. It's the same.
Fair enough.
It's fine. 37?
Yeah, it's postcode.
You do. Its postcode is While Plume Mountain, so WP1. You know this immediately. This is a harpy. You'll know that it can sing and captivate victims, and you can tell immediately this is what happened to Spit Take. Spit Take is completely captivated. And for as long as the harpy sings, are they completely...
Remains.
Yeah. And even when they stop singing, there is a lingering effect. However, you know if you were to push the attack, it's unlikely a harpy's going to maintain singing if it's being under attack.
Yeah. I think it's time for you to shut the fuck up. As he steps into the harpy. And I will lay about it to try and beat the living shit out of it. I'm gonna do cunning insight on the damage to this.
Okay.
2
attacks. Because of knowledge devotion, I've got +5 to hit. 10 damage. Yeah, because I rolled 37.
Yeah. You've read stories about harpies.
I know all about it, baby. I know all about it. Quick-dunk! 1 hit.
Is that a threat? I don't know what you're
It's
hitting.
not on a...
Just 20, yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, easy hit.
18. Bang!
Also a hit.
So that is...
Crunch.
$19 points of damage.
Ooh.
Oh.
And then I will do a cunning surge to... Oh, I forgot to add intelligence to that, actually. Sorry, that should be another 29 points of damage.
What?
Oh, because you did your
I did the cunning... not strike. Cunning insight.
So 29 in total.
Yeah. Bang! Bang! And then another strike using cunning surge to get an extra standard attack. Standard action, rather. And I'll add the inspiration to this one as well, the damage. Because I figure it's probably footed, which means I'm more likely to hit it now than ever. 16.
Is an easy hit.
Oh, fantastic. So another 17 points of damage.
At -15, can you tell me how you have absolutely decimated this harpy within the first couple of seconds, like literally within the first 3 seconds of combat? What have you done to this creature?
Yeah, so he says, it's time for you to shut the fuck up. Throws the hammer in the air, catches it, bang around the face, bang back around the face, smacks straight in the head, just smashing through its face. Jaw comes off.
Oh.
Blood everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, this creature is paced, and in its hand was a club, and it looked like it was about to start attacking you, but it drops the club, and the creature is in pieces on the floor. And Spit Take, you're also, for about 6 seconds, in pieces, as this creature you're captivated over has ceased to exist. And for about 6 seconds, you are...
Oh, it was such a pretty song.
And then it's gone.
Oh well.
Well, that was mighty scary, wasn't it now?
I don't like this place. It's very slippy and spiky, and its song was mysterious.
Slippy, spiky, and singy.
I'll never forget it.
I'm assuming there's nothing on it other than the club because it's a harpy, not a...
No.
You'd be wrong,
Happy to
actually.
Happy to search.
Spit Take picks it up and shakes it.
For this, you don't need to because there's no water for things to hide behind, and there's so little behind it. You'll meet the DC without having to roll. You find. I need to convert this again. 59. You find 73 gold pieces, combined of silver and platinum and gold.
6 each.
How much, sorry?
36. You can have 37 if you like.
Thanks.
You also find a divine scroll of cure serious wounds, which I think actually, Drast, you probably could cheat yourself into using.
Mm-hmm.
You find another divine scroll of water breathing.
You should have both of those, Drast.
And...
Water breathing, sorry, did you say?
Water breathing, yes.
Oh, okay.
You also find that the harpy has got what looks like a brooch attached to it, or like a thin chain.
Can we take a look and see if it's magical?
Yeah, this would be... Give me an arcana.
What does it do?
14.
Oh,
Very low roll.
that is a low roll. It's enough to know... I need to remember yours. It's ridiculously good. This is a brooch of shielding, which means it acts like a shield spell and can absorb damage from magic missiles. What you don't know is how much health this brooch has left. It might be able to, because it's done in sort of like hit points, so it could absorb either, say, 5 hit points of damage from magic missile, or 50, which would be its maximum. But give me a spellcraft roll and to have one more shot at figuring out how much is left.
I can do spellcraft.
You can join in, Jack. 10. 1 followed by 2.
I have spellcraft. It's not very good, but I do have it. There's 80 in it.
You don't know, but you know that it's not empty, put it that way. The shield powering of it is still in effect.
Well, it's a nice brooch, and I don't think it'll interrupt anything that we're wearing. I think you should wear it, Drast.
I don't know, I think maybe you.
But I'm a bit bigger than you, I think.
That may be true.
You killed it. You can decide.
I think you should take it. I took the hammer after all.
Oh, yeah.
Although we share it as a friend.
And I'll take it tomorrow night, yes.
Yeah, what do you mean by take it, ST?
I think I'll make my mind up when it happens.
Okay.
Is it brooch of magic missiles or
Brooch of shielding.
brooch of shielding? And provides no protection for anything else. It's just magic missile,
Yeah, just...
yeah.
Yeah.
Brooch of shielding, unknown HP. Cool. Got some nice scrolls out of that, eh, Drast? I wonder if you'll be able to use them.
Fingers crossed.
Why?
It'd be nice to use them, wouldn't it?
No, why are you crossing your fingers?
For good luck, of course.
Oh,
Have you not come across this saying before? The humans like to say, see?
no. I don't think I've met many humans, and They all look at me funny.
Oh? How so?
They don't trust me, Drast.
Why did you say that like that? It was very ominous.
It's a story for another time. Maybe when we see a human.
Well, we already saw one today. We were at the inn, weren't we? And there were lots of humans there.
He looks
There would have
over.
been, yeah.
He looks over his shoulder.
Not here. Remember, we came to the mountain after that? Things have happened since then. We walked.
Oh yes. Let's go.
Okay.
No more funny walls, hopefully.
Yeah, you're able to walk back through the wall, or the image of it. And yes, there is a door.
Oops.
I can't come through.
I shut you out.
Is there still? Are we still free of water in here?
Oh yeah. Since you
Yeah.
climbed out of the room with the ghouls,
Yeah.
there's been no
Cool.
water,
Good to
so
know.
you're moving at normal speed.
Lovely.
But yeah, apart from the heat, there's no discernible like terrain. There's no water. There's no algae. It's all just a bit muggy.
It looks a bit funny ahead, Drast. I think we need to be careful.
Shall I check for traps and whatnot?
Yes.
I would like to search as we're walking, please.
Mm-hmm.
Just let me know when you want me to roll.
You can do one now.
Okay.
Just as a sort of overview.
Sure. 23. An 8 on the dice.
Been rolling quite low out of combat.
Yeah.
Say that again.
For the most part, seems quite quiet. But yeah, in terms of anything here, you don't find any obvious traps. You don't see anything that could indicate that much has travelled through here recently either. There's no green slime on the ceiling. There's no pit. It just looks like a normal corridor.
I think it might be easy runnings for the rest of the time, Spit Take. Let's go. Oh my. Another long corridor.
Is there nothing here? It just looks funny.
Does look a bit funny.
You you step around the corridor and you can see, yes, it branches off a bit to the north and a fair way to the south as well.
I thought it looked
Left.
very funny.
Left or right, Spit Take?
What do you mean?
Which way do you want to go?
Coin again?
Yeah.
You do
Why
it this
not?
time.
Okie dokie. Odds upwards, evens downwards.
Yep, one north, two south.
Evens.
Wow! That would be a massive die. But that is even, so you can take that roll if you want. And
Yep.
head south. Are you still...
Yes. The answer is yes.
Okay. In that case, as you're heading south, Drast, can you give me another search check then, just as you're heading down the corridor?
Here. 28.
Oh.
Ooh. You notice as you're moving down, the walls are a bit weird, and your stone cunning kicks in as you find a door hidden into the side of the corridor.
Look, ST. A secret door.
There was another one like that, and those things came out of it.
They did.
And they were trying to surprise us.
But this time, we'll do the surprising. How about that? Yeah. You like that, huh? Well, get ready.
Okay.
Do something surprising.
Oh, okay.
And we'll open the door. It's locked.
Surprise!
You you go to open it, and the door is the secret stone door is well, it's locked.
Can I try and open the lock?
You certainly can, Factotum.
You can do anything, man.
22.
22 is not actually enough. As you
Can I have another go?
You can attempt one more, and if you fail this one, then you would have jammied the lock, shall we say.
Okay. I will add my level to this one.
Very nice.
I wish I'd done that last time.
You can do it.
29.
At a DC of 25, you're easily able to unlock this time.
Now be surprised and Spit Take. Get him.
Oh. There's nothing there.
Just another long fucking corridor.
It's very long. Oh no.
Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Come on.
You go down the corridor. It's a narrow, dusty tunnel that stretches onwards into the darkness.
Facing the wrong way. Look like an idiot. There we go.
Oh, it goes the wrong way. The coin said down.
And then it heads north.
Oh. That's a long way to go, Drast.
Yeah. But think what's going to be at the end of it, ST.
Make sure there aren't
Be an
more of those
adventure.
doors. There might be more dead things waiting in secret doors.
There might.
Do
Shall I
another
do
look
some more
around.
searching?
I think you should.
Yeah, we'll search as we go along. Although I'd be happy to take the read as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can give me a roll and see if you come across anything.
Oh.
Do.
Try and look around.
28.
I mean, you can see at the end, there's what looks like the mechanism for another door. Being on this side, you could probably trick the lock, so to speak, and not actually need to do an open lock to open this door. Yeah, you'd be able to just open it from this side.
Should we see what's on the other side, ST?
Do you want to see or do you want a surprise?
Could you give me a listen check, please?
Oh.
Yeah.
I can listen alright.
not very good at listening.
Listen, all right.
I can listen all day,
I
not
can
hear a
listen
thing.
Just fine. Oh. I hear what you hear.
Do you hear what I hear?
You can hear what sounds like water. Like a stream.
Oh.
That's all I can tell you at this point.
You don't think the stream's behind the door, do you? And us opening this will make the stream come through?
I hope not. That wouldn't be very fun now, would it? Getting drenched? Again?
We still have surprise.
We do still have surprise.
Should we
Shall we?
run through and start shooting?
Yeah, let's do it. Why not? 3, 2, 1.
You open the door, and a stream of water runs through this room, but instead of cascading quietly through like a trough in the floor, it hangs suspended in midair, a couple of feet above the ground. The water enters and leaves the room through 2 narrow tunnels, each about 6 feet in diameter, and runs roughly north to south. Scattered around the floor of this room are 5 bedrolls, plus packs, clothing, bits of food on tin plates, and various other items indicating very recent habitation, and a pair of rafts leans against one wall. That's probably not the thing that will catch you immediately, though, as you open the door to see 5 figures.
What sort of figures?
Well, that depends.
By the way, I've not entered the room. I just did that for the sake of your description. I'm
Cool.
looking
Yeah.
through the door. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you say you were actually charging in and just running in, or you open the door? And
What we said was we were going to go in and start shooting.
So anyway, I started blasting.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Because if that's what you're going to do,
Well, we're not in range, so we can't technically shoot them, but we can run in, I guess. Yeah.
yeah.
Unless, well, Spit Take's behind Drast, so I guess Spit Take has to sort of adhere to what Drast does, but...
I guess it depends what they would look like. If they look like threatening, then maybe we'd try and get the drop on them. If they look like goodies, we maybe not.
They don't look like the nicest of individuals, shall we say. You can give me a knowledge, local, or nobility and royalty check, whichever you prefer.
It's the same for me. Get +5 because of knowledge of enemies. It's a collector of stories. Natty 20.
Let's have
What
their
you-
family tree, please.
Where are they from? Who sent them?
Excuse me. This figure here is Sublutto Sans Pite. And Sublutto Sans Pite is wanted, dead or alive, for 1,000 gold pieces back in Greystone. Remember, that's where you met Raikam Dak. Now, Drast, with such a check, Sublutto Sans Pite was once a respected knight of the realm before his indictment in the River of Blood mass murder case. After escaping from the royal prison, this knight turned fugitive travelled to this area. you can imagine that since running here, he's either been caught up in the business with Caraptis, like a few other people you come across, or maybe, completely oblivious, he's just here as a fugitive. But yes, ever since the River of Blood mass murder case, he's been wanted dead or alive.
That son of a bitch.
Sublotto Sans Pite.
Sublotto.
Sublotto Sans Pite.
Drast is going to mutter to Spit Take. He's a real piece of work. There's a big bounty on his head, actually. A very big bounty.
Let's get him.
Let's fuck him up.
I will say this. The opening of the door would be enough to alert them. So it's whether...
Well, we make use of that. We explode out. Hopefully we could close the distance and...
Yeah, you get a surprise round, I will say that.
Amazing.
Just because you weren't checking, you just
We did
charged.
say we were going to run in, so that's what we'll do, I guess.
You did. And Drast, you're muttering this as you're charging in. You remember that wanted poster of Sublotto Sans Pite. So, yeah. You have a surprise round. I don't mind how you want to take it. And then we'll roll for initiative. So I guess if it's initiative, I imagine Drast would go first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to get in ST's way is the only thing.
The others, sorry, do they also look knightly?
No, they look hooded, craven. They look like a back alley sort, shall we say.
Okay. Cool. So as we rush in, I need to quickly check something. As we rush in, I'm going to use an invocation. Which means I have to quickly look something up. It was a bit of a surprise for us too. It doesn't give me a range on this, which is really weird. I guess it says it's a voice thing, so they have to hear me, but it says nearby, but it doesn't tell me how nearby, quite annoyingly.
I would imagine if it's a to be heard thing, then it's not going to be an issue here, shall we say. That will be something we'd have to consider in a different environment.
It might be, though, because it's quite powerful. It doesn't seem to me like it would be something you could just do, I'm afraid. As much as I want to expedite and make this quick, I think it might be better if I quickly bring up the dragon magic. But thankfully, I'm on the right page.
Nice.
So I intend to use a lesser invocation, which is called Enthralling Voice, which effectively harkens to an effect that we've been enjoying quite a lot in Let's Dig Up. Make nearby creatures fascinated.
Yes.
But as you can see, nearby creatures... That, of course, we need to determine how close, how nearby.
All enemies within a 40-foot radius of you.
Okay, so I need to just get within 40-foot radius, which I think I can do. With 20 feet of movement from the door, so...
To be affected, targets must have hit dice equal to or less.
20... So 5, 10, 15. Yeah. That's a 40-foot radius. That's all of them, right?
Yeah,
Cool.
that's all of them.
Okay, so that is.
So they've all got to do a will save.
Yeah, they've got to do a will save against my invocation DC, which is different to my breath one, which it is lower, so they'll have a good chance. He will shout out something in the dwarven tongue.
What does he shout?
I'm so sorry, it wouldn't be in the dwarven tongue, it would be in the draconic tongue. He will go, Bula Menduano. DC 17 will save, please.
Okay. Hang on one moment. Let me just check what that... No way. That's... Right. So Blutto Sans Pint. DC 17.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Ah,
And then the rest of the cravenous sort in this room. So we'll start closest to you and then work away. So closest fails. Next one to them fails. The one your side of the stream utterly fails. The one the opposite side of the floating stream fails. Every single one of them is fascinated.
yes. Nice work.
So this, he utters these draconic words, and when he says them, they don't sound particularly impressive. But the moment the last syllable is free from that hole in his mask, there is just this down noise that follows his voice and pushes his voice to the very corners of the room. And in doing so, yes, he absolutely fascinates them all, which means they cannot make any actions, I believe.
Yeah, they sit quietly or stand quietly, taking no actions other than to pay attention to you for as long as it lasts. Granted, any potential threats will break them out of it or give them a new saving throw, and any obvious threats, like hitting them, will just automatically break them free. They all just... as every single one of them is now staring at you.
Spit Take just stands there like this.
Even before they have a chance to react. Excellent stuff. At the same time, Drast, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I'll move into the room. Perfect. I'll do double movement.
And then, with that, we're going to roll initiative and see what happens. This could be over quite quickly.
It depends. We can't attack them without breaking it, so...
Well,
it depends doesn't
one
it?
at a time, yes.
Initiative.
Last.
Natural one.
Stands there laughing for a little bit.
Maybe he slightly fascinates himself. Just for a
yeah. He's like, wow. The voice of the dragons.
And then, so the rogues. I put everything. Oh, that. Wow. Okay. The rogues. Oh. And Sublutto Sans Pite.
Such a weird name.
It is.
Yeah.
Sublutto.
He's exactly the same as you. Could you give me a roll, Spit Take? And we'll just see if he goes. If you beat 20, then we'll see.
Oh, because we have the same initiative
He got
modifier
exactly
as
the
well,
same as you,
yeah.
yeah.
And we have the same initiative modifier. Oh, that's not...
So he definitely beats you. So rogues, Drast, Blutto, Spit Take. Look at that.
Oh, so it's only if I'm obviously threatening the target, so they can just stand and watch fascinated whilst I murder people individually.
If you were to do individually and systematically,
So
maybe.
we could, as long as we're targeting one, only one will drop out of the fascination, Drast.
Great.
Bear that in mind.
Dramatic music now for the rogues as they have no idea what's coming to them. Sablato, the wanted criminal, is, well, he's enthralled and fascinated with what you're saying, Spit Take. However, all four of the rogues, two of them haven't had any weapons drawn. They were just ready to pull out what looks like rapiers from their sides. There are some long spears at the end of the room, but they haven't got any of those. Their rapiers are fully sheathed. The two rogues that were standing at the top end of the hovering stream both had nets ready, hoping... Well, this would make more sense later, but they had nets ready at the top of the river. But all of them, doesn't matter. They're all just staring at you, Spit Take. Drast. You see this, you see Spit Take as well. A bit slow off the mark. But what are you going to do?
It'll take a 5-foot step. Be like, nice work, Spit Take. And then just gonna go to town on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's hammer time. So I already looked at them to get information on them. So, I'll use insight to add to damage. Do I get a bonus because they're fascinated? Auto crits, auto crits, auto crits.
No, they're not helpless. Basically, as you're going to attack them, they're going to be able to defend. Because, yeah.
Well, actually, they've not done anything, so they will still be flat-footed as they've not done anything.
They will be flat-footed, but they're not considered helpless.
Yeah.
26.
Is a hit.
And 19.
Is a hit.
36 points of damage. Almost Maximilian damage.
Yeah, can you describe how you just assassinate that particular rogue?
He just goes up next to him, like, waves at the hip. Just like drives his head into the ground.
Oh my god.
Oh. Rob, you'll know this probably about some of the ones you did last time. But characters in here occasionally come with a hook, like a thing you might say about them.
Yeah.
And this particular rogue, which I feel is unfortunately quite apt for what you're doing against them at the moment, their hook is, it's like stabbing ducks on a pond, boss. As soon as they can't fight back, it's a bit like that for you. Their hook has worked against them. Oh dear. But yes, you assassinate that rogue. Excellent stuff. Sablato Sans Pite is doing nothing. He's just... But that's his turn. Spit Take.
So, I just realised I haven't checked to see how long this lasts. I don't think it says. Your speech causes all enemies within 40-foot radius to become fascinated within a 40-foot to be affected. Yep. Oh, up to affected targets remain fascinated for as long as you continue to speak and concentrate on the effect. Up to a maximum of 1 round per level, plus 5 rounds thereafter.
Okay, so if you stop talking now, there's 5 more rounds of them being...
Yes,
fascinated.
So 1 round per level, plus 5 rounds thereafter. I think Spit Take is probably going to benefit everyone most by ensuring that stays at least a little longer.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Makes sense.
Yeah, so he will just
You
continue
could get in
to...
position to do something else.
Yeah, you can move and concentrate, I believe. So
You're not in a situation that I need to force you to do a concentration check, so...
So he's like, hey, I used to go the balls. Like, just really, like, occasionally, like, laughing to himself, like this sinister, like, dwarven creature clad in metal approaching them, laughing at them, and all they can do is just stare at him. It's terrifying. Terrifying.
It's like that moment in Austin Powers where they're trying to get the guy out of the way, and it's just...
Get out of the way!
except he's not telling him to get out of the way; he's just frozen.
Absolutely.
So he will move forward to draw level with Drast. And that will be his turn. He will just continue the enthralling voice.
Very nice. Yeah, so you maintain that, so that's 1 out of 9 rounds used. Well, 2, technically. That's fine. The rogues will do nothing, so we cut to Drast.
Takes a 5-foot step forward onto the corpse.
Welsh.
And we'll line up another couple of shots. Same again, I'll use inspiration to boost the damage. 25.
Yep.
Oh, 11. That might have been a miss.
I will tell you now, the rogues, their basic armor class is now 15 because they're not flat-footed, because they've had a round. So that is a
still
miss.
haven't acted.
They haven't acted.
Well, they have acted, they're just fascinated.
What did they do?
They went like this. Fine, their flat-footed armor class is 30, but that would still be a miss.
Yeah. 18 points of damage.
Again, how does the prospector assassinate another rogue?
So this one's just like an uppercut, just swings it bang in the chin, and he just flies backwards into the wall.
Nice. Excellent stuff. Don't need to do them. What about you, Spit Take? Are you moving or?
Spit Take is just gonna continue just slowly walking forward, going, "Oh, is that now?"
Excellent.
And they're like, 5, 10.
Excellent stuff.
Yeah, he'll just move to stand over the bloody remains of the other rogue.
With that, then, Drast. What about you now? Oh, says Sablato Sands Pite is in what looks like full plate.
Okay. I will stand next to him, but I won't hit him yet.
Okay.
Because I want all of, like, double attacks.
Okay, cool. So you stand next to him, you don't do anything. That's it.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. Then, Spit Take.
Spit Take will continue chanting, but he will chant as he moves forward into a flanking position to give Drast the flank bonus.
Very clever.
Nice. In that case, may as well just skip back then to Drast.
Yeah, I'll take a couple of swings with the old warhammer, adding bonus to damage again. What do I get for? Is it +2 for flanking?
Yes.
Yes.
Plus
I
2
can
to
never remember
attacks,
that
yeah.
for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
24 to hit.
Is a hit.
That's a relief. That's 12.
Is not a hit.
17 points of damage.
17 points of damage as Sablutto snaps out of his fascination.
And before he can act, I will Cunning Surge to strike him again.
Very good.
Bonus damage. Because we can't have him running around too much.
Confirm it.
Natural 20.
Oh, come on, please.
Just this once.
His armor class is 22. That is
Yes.
critical.
And the Warhammer is ×3 naturally, but
It is. Let me.
you have to roll
Get-
the dice then.
Yes. Can you roll me a D100? As I'm pretty certain I had this already, but let me.
I've messaged it to the group recently as well, if you don't have it.
92.
Oh, that's messy. Right. I can get in the book nice and quickly. Compendium. Appendices. Alternative critical hit and fumbles. 92.
Yes.
Oh. Well, you do your regular critical damage, but you also... Sorry, you do your regular damage. You, It's regular damage plus chest injuries. 2d6 constitution damage. As you're about to cave in.
So 14 damage. That's, what was it, 2d6?
2d6 con.
6 points of constitution.
6 points of constitution. Ooh. Can you just describe for me what you've done?
So the first one, he like hits him in the head, and it just like clangs a bit too much. He's like, "Oh, that's not enough." So then he like uses the momentum to swing back around and just slam it as hard as he can at chest height.
Oh,
You can just hear
chest.
bones cracking, like the metal like just leaves a crater where the hammer was.
Sablutto looks at you. He coughs. He coughs up blood, and he then tries to breathe, and he can't breathe as he is. You've ruptured his chest open. Basically, his ribs have just punctured his lungs, and he just, although the impact didn't kill him, the constitution taking him into negative constitution certainly does, as he essentially chokes on internal bleeding. A horrible, horrible way to die, as it wasn't the direct impact that killed him, but what happened to him afterwards, that not even like utterly dead. However, trophies are always a useful thing to collect bounties, as Sablutto coughs up his last amount of blood and
Left
collapses.
his head intact.
And his final words to you: How did you find my door? As he then
How did we
dies.
find his door?
Stone cunning, bitch.
Don't out.
At this point, Sublutto is the group's lead. I'm going to give the last two rogues a check against him because he's what held them together. Because without him, their cowardice may kick in, shall we say.
It's not how the spell works. They're
They're still
fascinated by me.
fascinated.
They're too busy fascinated with me. That's not how the spell works. Sorry.
Okay.
It's not how the spell works, mate. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I would argue in terms of the potential threat.
Okay,
But-
sure. Yep. Give them another saving throw. 17.
17.
Will save. Yeah.
No and no. A part of them is wanting to run.
But the other part of them just wants to stare deep
But
into
that's
Spit
the
Take's
thing.
eyes.
I do apologise, Mike. Yeah, you are right. Any potential threat as a hostile creature approaching allows the fascinated creature a new saving throw, which they got. Fair play.
And yeah, it's as I said, cravenous sorts. They did maybe not wanted to attack you, but they may potentially wanted to swim away, shall we say, in the hovering stream. But nope, they are standing there like this. Just so we go back then. Spit Take. Any more you're doing, or are you just still?
I'm going to do a quick refresh because my video is a bit laggy, and I will tell you when I return.
That was quick.
Back.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's helped, so I think I will do a page refresh as well.
How's that, Rob?
It still seems a little bit laggy, but you know what? Audio is fine, so I think we're.
You're
okay.
coming through fine as well.
Yeah, that's all right. Let me just quickly make a note of that very quickly, for the purposes of the edit. Yep. Well, there's only been one so far, so
Alright, we'll fix it in post. We'll fix it in post.
Fixing it in post. So video 2. We'll go 0, 1, 15. We'll call it. Cool. Apologies. So you asked me what I was going to do on my turn. Spit Take will continue his draconic chanting as his dreadful mask eerily turns to face the remaining rogues with their floating river. That's what he will do. He will just approach.
I think you can probably get away with dropping that and.
It's going to last
Fascinating
automatically for
anyway.
5 rounds.
That's a good point. So he can he will as a free thing. Then he doesn't have to continue. He just stops doing that then.
Who?
And he's gonna stand.
As much fun
there,
as executing them
I think.
individually for me is.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
We can speed things up probably.
Yeah, so he'll turn in that case. Then he can only has the one in range, but he is more than happy to do that.
Well, aren't you able to swap between a cone and a line? And a 30-foot line would
Lining
get
them
both
up.
of them. So I thought they could sculpt their breath how they see fit.
I'm not sure if I took that. I know you're right. Yes. Why haven't I been doing that? Yeah, you're absolutely right. 30-foot line or a 15-foot cone.
And then when you get to level 10, I believe it's a 30-foot cone and a 60-foot line.
Yeah,
But
you're
that's
absolutely
the-
right. Why have I not been doing that? Okay, so in that case then, let's have a quick look. Oh yeah, so I can just stand in the corner there. So if they do somehow survive, they're not going to turn around and 5-foot step me.
Yeah.
So he'll go there, and he will just open his maw and will perform something he's not done before. A line of fire just rips through beneath the floating stream, powering through
You're
both
aiming
of
low.
them.
It's only like about that feet off the floor.
Yeah, yeah. He's going to set fire to their legs, basically. Horrible phase. DC 22, or take half, or full.
Let's see. Oh, okay. Reflex is their best, so 22.
Yeah, I just realised that they're both rogues.
The closest one, criticals, and the one on the other side of the stream,
Shouldn't have done it.
24.
20
They
and a
both
19.
leap. They also have evasion.
Wait, hang on. They get minus... Nope, they don't. Their saves aren't affected. Nope, they're fine.
Yeah, it's just I had the perception ones are, but unfortunately with their evasion at the last second, they snap out of it and both are able to jump out of the way. That was some good rolling from them. But actually, we're back to the top of the round. Okay. As ST ends the round, and the rogues go first. The rogue closest to you looks in his hand, and he has a net. And so he just looks, and he's like, "Oh!" And he throws the net at you.
Not a net.
This is on your touch armor. So what's your touch armor class?
I'm guessing you mean. Let's
Yeah.
see. Touch armor class is 14.
14. So this is just a straight roll. Nope. As he throws the net at you and completely just disarms himself. He'll then use his move action to draw a rapier. This rogue here, this rogue just doesn't want to, so he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, as he just double moves to there, hoping next turn to attempt to jump into the hovering stream and swim away. That's the rogues. Drast.
Man, he's so far away.
You can go for him, I'll go for the other if you want. It's up to you.
For which one, sorry?
The one that's running away. Do you not get the burst of movement or something, or did I dream that?
I don't know. I don't have enough inspiration to use Cunning Surge to get an extra action. So I'd literally just be running after him. Actually, I could charge him. I think he's within charging range.
Now, I will say this. This is a 6-foot wide string that's in the air. Which means if you were to jump into or charge through the stream, you'd then be caught into needing to do appropriate swim checks and other elements, which means you technically can't charge into it because it would be difficult terrain.
Okay, well, I can't get him then. Let's just let him go. I'll delay until after Spit Take's turn. And if you don't kill this guy, I'll attempt to finish him off.
So you delay. Excellent. Spit Take.
Spit Take is going to... as the net is thrown towards him, Spit Take doesn't move, it just misses him. It hits the wall next to him. And he just opens his mouth. Rather than try and entangle him, I think I'm just going to try and hit him. So it's just going to be a blast with a cone, hoping that he fails.
Yep.
So a fire blast just blasts forward. DC 22 reflex.
At 15, he attempts to channel on his previous luck and utterly fails.
Great. So that is 66 fire damage. They didn't have improved evasion, did they? It was just evasion.
No, just regular evasion.
Cool. Oh god. Don't know why I'm lagging so much now.
I've passed it to you.
Oh
Acquisted.
my god.
Oh my god.
13 points of fire
Get more
damage.
ones, bro.
It's almost maximum
Maximum.
damage. However, it is still enough as your fire breath kicks out and the rogue is fully engulfed. And in his last moments, he attempts to jump and fall back into the stream, but he doesn't have enough life left in him to put the fire out, as the stream sort of carries his head a bit further downstage, knocking his body out, as he then
Just his
twists and
head.
collapses on the spot, and only gets to about there.
And as that happens, Spit Take will then use his movement. 5, 10, 15, 20 to begin pursuing the last one.
Excellent. This particular... Oh, I'm so sorry. Drast, you delayed your turn.
Yeah, I guess I'll double move as well.
You don't have any, like, throwing weapons or anything?
Not that I could get out and shoot in the same turn. I've got a crossbow.
Fair enough.
I don't care that much if he gets away.
Alright. It's top of the round then, and you notice in this room, as I said, there are a couple of rafts leaning against one of the one of the walls, and he casts his eye to them, and instead just dives up into the stream, and he's going to make a swim check to see if he can actually.
Please drown.
Well, you don't know what's going to happen, but it doesn't give me swim. Well, I can work it out. So it would be...
It's strength, isn't it?
It is. Some of his skills are already given, but swim is not one he's put ranks into. Which means...
Shame, considering his exit choice.
At a DC of 12 to manage himself, he jumps in and immediately regrets his choice. He's going... as he then gets ensnared and is swept away. So he will... there he goes.
Can I make some sort of check to know
Yeah.
if he is going to drown or not?
By all means.
What would it be? Knowledge something maybe? Knowledge nature maybe? Or geography? Probably not geography.
That or a heal check.
Which one?
It's about health. It's like, does he look like he's going to be able to recover? So give me a heal check.
Heal.
you don't know enough about this hovering stream to make any assessments on the actual geography, but it's safe to say that whatever is going on, this particular creature does not look like he's going to be able to make any appropriate saves. However, I'm going to make one more save, DC 15, otherwise something's going to happen. Oh dear. He vanishes. He's gone.
What's going to happen?
You are in the room. As far as you're concerned, he's just floundered away in this hovering stream. It sits suspended in midair. Do you want to do any search checks to see what's in the room?
Yeah, let's do a search check, and then I want to inspect the stream as well. So that seems very strange indeed. So search 29.
29. Yeah, that's phenomenal. In terms of what's in the room, there's not much really in the way of whatever's in the room. Mostly there's about a month's worth of rations for about 5 people. Like, these are people who are hiding out or they're here for a long time. Let's put it that way. In terms of what else you can find, the bulk of the gear is on the persons. So with the 3 rogues that are in there, each of them is wearing masterwork studded leather. You find 2 masterwork nets, and all of them have a masterwork rapier.
Definitely having a masterwork net.
Oh, that's fair.
There's also 2 masterwork long spears in this room as well.
Ooh, that's...
They give you reach. So yeah, you find the masterwork studded leather rapiers on them. You also find a grand total of 150 gold pieces off the 3 rogues.
75 each. Lovely stuff.
As for Sir Blutto, you find a few things on his person. Firstly, he's wearing a +1 full plate armor set. So for any of you who are proficient in heavy armor, this is +1 full plate.
Is it magical enough that it would resize to a dwarf?
Yeah, all magic items are scaling.
I can't
regular
use it
items
anyway, so...
I don't think Spit Take has any armor proficiencies.
No, but a +1 full plate is still quite expensive, so if we can stash it somewhere, we can lug it home.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
He has a heavy steel shield that he didn't get a chance to pull out. He has a masterwork longsword.
Oh, yes.
However, some items of interest. He has 117 gold pieces on his person.
How many? 117?
Yep.
What an irritating amount.
Mm-hmm.
58 each, I think.
Yeah. A key.
A key?
A key.
Is that for the door?
Potentially. And his boots look quite nice.
We're doing that
Right.
dreadful bandit thing where the second they've dropped, they're pulling their boots off and seeing if they fit.
If you have a knowledge arcana to see if you can see what these are, and there'll be one other item as well.
Yeah, go on 17.
These are actually famed magic items, these boots.
Same.
You've heard stories of such boots known to not only enhance the speed, but the leaping capabilities of their wearer. These are boots of striding and springing.
Ah.
Wow.
Whoever wears these gets an enhancement bonus to their speed of 10 feet and gets a +5 competence bonus on jump checks. This does obviously improve on like the dwarven maximum speed, so one of you can go 30 feet.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean,
What do you reckon?
well, I'd say you probably have more need for mobility than I.
To an extent, but then it's useful for you to be able to get around different spots to be able to use your breath weapon, isn't it?
I have an idea. Spit Take,
One
look
each?
at them both and go, one each. You beat me to it.
Sorry.
We can hop.
Boots of hopping and sliding.
I mean, they won't work as a boots of hopping, but, you know, the intention's nice.
I think you... I don't know. All I'm thinking of is that trap earlier. Do you remember? Like, how close to death were you for that trap? You don't have to tell me if you don't want, but all I'm thinking is that
Which
that
one? The one with the harpy?
the corridor. No, the corridor with all the fire.
Oh yeah, no, I was all right because
Okay.
I used the inspiration to get me through it and stuff. But
Then let's have fate decide.
yes.
Who wants one? Who wants two?
You should roll it as well, Mike. So Spit Take will be 2.
Right.
I mean, yep, that works for me. You're lined up that way. One is Drast, 2 is Spit Take. Drast
Spit
takes
take.
pity, maybe. Goes, you have these.
Well, Spit Take is coerced into taking them. That's awesome. If you change your mind, though, it's too late. So that's increases 30 feet.
So yeah, 10 foot enhancement, so your speed is now 30, and you get a +5 bonus to jump checks.
Boots of striding and springing, are they?
Yep. So yeah, +10 speed, +5 jump.
Wow, my jump's crazy now.
Whilst you're putting them on, Drast, you can give me a knowledge nature / knowledge arcana about whatever's better about this water.
They're both the same, so whichever you would prefer.
Let's take it as a combined roll.
Okay, 32.
The water in itself it's a stream, all intents and purposes. Rather than being carved out, though, the only magic. So there's 2 elements of magic. One is that it's sort of magically held in place. Nothing malicious in that. It's just it seems like a cheaper method rather than carving out the floor. It's just made. Someone's just animated the stream to stay up its height. So a cheaper alternative for a wizard rather than having to carve out the floor. However, what's quite interesting is the stream itself is self-replenishing, and you take a bit of water out and you notice faint magics that seem to replenish the water as you take out a bit. So the stream itself doesn't look like it would it'd run out, basically, which is weird. As you're doing these, can you both give me a spot check as well?
$28.
28. And Spit Take?
17.
I mean, for both of you, this is quite Um,
That should have been 18, sorry.
you see flowing downstream a drowning rogue who has done a full circuit. And he's like,
Oh my...
Jesus.
as he then comes around. You have enough. You have 1 round to get into position if you want to capitalize on a rogue that's drowning in the stream. Or you can leave him.
Spit Take will look to Drast because he's ready to attack him. He can catch him if needs be, but he...
If you want to, I Sure, why not?
We could learn from him if we pull him out.
That's true. Let's use the nets. Let's use the nets.
Yeah, let's use the nets. Nets. We position ourselves, I guess, on either side and get ready to fish him out.
Excellent. So he then goes through. As he does, put that there. You can both get a ranged touch attack with the nets.
And it's their masterwork, aren't they?
They are.
Which doesn't give us any bonus, actually.
They don't give us a bonus to attack if they're master.
Oh no, they do. They're 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. +1.
+1.
I was thinking about damage. Obviously, they're not going to damage anyway.
Is it Dex?
Yeah, if it's a ranged touch.
Yeah, so that's actually... That's possibly a critical.
Yes.
We don't need to confirm this because
I
it's...
want to.
Okay, fine.
I want it.
You confirm the critical, which means I was going to say there'd be a slight tug of war, but as you both throw your nets in, Spit Take, what's it like as you snare him first?
It's like there's like a flashback to a second where a Spit Take, you don't see his face, but a small dwarf standing in front of like a child standing before like a mountain stream. You can't hear the name because it's too complicated and undercommon to understand, but someone is in a parental fashion teaching the young dwarf that is Spit Take how to fish. You see, you just do it in one fluid motion, like this, and it's that voice that rings through Spit Take's mind as he gets the critical and just nabs the rogue and like immediately pulls him to the ground, and it's razzling him in the net. Like, and he's gonna say,
Razzle him.
if you cooperate, we'll let you go, but if you don't, we're gonna fucking kill you.
The rogue is coughing up water as he has been drowning for the past few rounds. Just like,
Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Let me go.
We want to know what you know. You're going to tell us everything.
He looks at you and just, sure, yeah, whatever you want. Please don't kill me.
I need to think about some questions now. Maybe that's a good time for us to think about it.
Of course. And as you consider your questions to the net snared rogue, that is where for today we shall leave our dwarven adventurers. As we return, yes.
Yes.
as always, we turn to our players for your opinions on the session and what's happened, and we will start with Dom.
Yes. Yes, another enjoyable visit to While Plume Mountain, which, the more I say it, the more sounds like a theme park ride.
While Plume.
Yeah. I think Spit Take really displayed the quality of that class, especially in combat. Just the unending breath weapon attacks and invocations as well. It's it really shone this session, I think.
Yes, I agree. Especially in these tight corridors and these small rooms. He's just
they don't stand a chance. They can't get away from him. And as before, the factotum skill monkey abilities are just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just basically a guaranteed pass on any single skill per day is pretty useful. And then in combat, if it's just one thing that you're attacking, being able to just run in, do a full round, then another attack potentially is they're a lot of fun. Very much enjoying playing, and obviously I'm ridiculously enjoying doing the voice. more than I think anybody else.
Absolutely. I think Drast is brilliant, as is Spit Take. And Rob, yes, thoughts?
Of course, I also am really enjoying While Plume Mountain. It does sound like a ride. And it is a ride. It has been a ride. Twists and turns and all sorts going on. I like to think of myself as quite a savvy dungeon crawler, but I was finding that surprised me. The bit where I discovered the room, I thought, of course, this is going to be where I can disable the trap. Nope. No, there's just a hidden compartment where some evil wizard has hidden ghouls in to make sure that people think that they've made it to the other side, clean and made a clean break. No, sorry, ghouls. Which, of course, are very, very dangerous with those paralysis attacks.
Yes.
I'm loving all the traps. I'm loving all the tricksy things of the module. I love the idea of the floating river. I'd love to learn what's going on with that some more. I think I completely agree. This class, the Dragonfire Adept, is definitely showing its colours. And again, it makes me really happy that we're doing it like this, because I would never have picked this in a million years. But now I'm really glad. I was thinking, I'm really, really enjoying this class, and there's even more scope for them to get more abilities like the Entangling Fire and or the Entangling Breath, and there's another one that I haven't used yet that I'm looking forward to using. But of course, it's because it's new to us, I think. Of course, the Factotum is amazing as well, an incredible class that I think if anyone that plays 3.5 should definitely look into. And the thing that I love most is the characterization that we've got going, and Drast's ever unflinching patience with Spit Take, and Mike's unflinching patience as the DM as I deliberately get riddles wrong and push it.
Sure?
So I thank you guys for running with me, but I love them both. I love it so much.
To the
Such
point, a good combination.
That I hope that if they do survive While Plume Mountain, I hope we get to play as them again. They're that endearing to me,
If you both survive, I'll have to have a look and see
what's level appropriate for us to try next, maybe
for another duo of dwarves.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Yes, I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and as with all of these situations, as I'm sure you found with the Sunless Citadel, Rob, I love seeing how you take on some of these things. I like how you discover some of these things as well. I had no idea you were going to just charge in there and just deal with them.
Fascinate is lethal.
Yeah.
As we discovered in three different
modules in a row. Yeah.
characters have done it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then I'm also looking at some of these things, going, some of these are designed to inflict the frictionless floor.
Oh, cruel.
Really mean. That could have been far worse. That could have been way worse.
It says if you make a jump, you're going to slide. But if you can find a way over without that jumping, even then you could still just very slowly slide and end up in a hole. Okay. However, as with quite a lot that we do with our missions and our games, we don't do the fallback. We just do the progression, complete, assume we leave. We have to remember with these guys, how are they going to get out as well? So there is... And yeah, with that, the heat panels as well. We shall see. Well, for those of you who are watching, if you've played this and you've come across all these, what did you do against Sublato or Subluto? I prefer Sublato. It seems a bit more roguelike than Subluto. Did you obliterate them like our party did? Or not? Would you have done anything differently? Please let us know in the comments. As always, if you haven't already, give us a like, a subscribe. And I don't think we're going to be with you next week because I think some of us are on a holiday. But we will be back with part 4, technically, in the very near future. So if you haven't already, put the notifications on so you know when we're live. And the videos are there. And as we always say, and then we wrap this up, burn them rolls.
Burn them rolls. Bone them.
Bone the rolls.
Bone and roll.
There you go.
Bone them now.
Yep.